What's going on, and welcome back to We Are Not Wizards. I am your humble host, Chad Allen Arthur, and let's say hello to my outrageous outlaws.
Woo!
Something I hope it's about turn the out a little bit for you guys so y'all can hear me. Everything good? Hearing any feedback? Anything? We're all good? Everyone having a great day?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let me go ahead and do a slight recap. Last time we were here, we saw all of our outrageous outlaws aboard a ship that looked like it's made for a prison, but as they shoot down some guards, get an ally on their side, get down all their stuff, it turns out that the ally wasn't an ally at all. With a cannon inserted in their arm, gunfire heard across the entire ship. Our boy Emerald down to the count. Then soon after, we see Cassie Brown put down as well. But it's okay, guys. No one was harmed in the beginning of our little D&D campaign because it was all an illusion. Just a little bit of a hoax for everybody to get a little bit scared. We see that all the information that was given to them was not real. They were still aboard their ship, still right there with Ava, I apologize, back with, maybe I don't. Maybe that was
Freudian.
we'll see what happens. Maybe I've
done
done something there. But they're back on the ship. Nothing too crazy happened. Maybe a little bit of information got stolen. We don't know what got stolen quite yet, but we do know that they are safely aboard their ship on the planet that they had intended to go to all along. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and just throw this up here and say where you guys are at. As you can see right here in the Martini Nebula, if you see on the far right of Martini Nebula, you'll see a little galaxy, a little star right there. That is your location. Now, this planet does not have a name, but Ava has given you a little bit of a rundown. As you guys sit in your chairs, you get a notification on all of your pals. Feel free to go ahead and, as your characters, take a look, or if you don't want to, don't take a look at all. But does anybody take a look at their pals?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You get a little notification on it. It seems that she has notified everyone to come to the main hangar so that she can go over some logistics of the planet. Little scans that she's run as she's come in, just to let everybody get situated. So you're more than welcome to go there, but I will also say there's some other things going on. You guys can very easily just walk aboard the ship, do whatever you want to do, talk to people, or however you want to handle it. So I'm going to go for, let me roll a little. Hey, Igri, what's the first thing you do? Do you head to the hangar or do you go somewhere else? Eat a piece of chocolate.
I don't eat a piece of chocolate.
Okay, don't eat any chocolate. That's a DM treat only.
Well, Igri hardly ever really looks at his pal, so he wouldn't even, unless he just saw everybody else going after everything that just happened, he might go try to find some food.
All right. So Igri, you're headed to the calf, get a little grub on. Cassie, Emerald, where do you guys head? We'll go with Emerald first, because he's number 2 and I rolled a 1.
All right. I probably was whipping up some food for my hungry friends. Let's say I made a quiche. That's what I made today.
Oh, you made a quiche? You're in the calf as well, in the back, in the kitchen?
Yep, make my quiche.
Okay. Everyone, 2 of you got notification, and 1 of you decided to ignore it completely. Like, Cassie, where are you headed?
I can't let this thing burn.
I think I'm gonna smell the quiche that's happening. Message Ava and be like, "Hey, meet us in the calf," and just like float through floats to like the smell to the cafe.
There we go. A little Toon Force going on.
Cafeteria.
A little Easter egg.
Little Easter egg. So we got all of you guys in the calf. No one's in there except for you 3. And everybody kind of walks in a little bit, like, get a weird face, like, y'all didn't get the notification. We were all in the hangar, and you guys just chowing down on some quiche. I've never had quiche. I don't even know what it tastes like, but it's delicious. I assume. No roll
need a
needed. I
beer.
know. What is it? With a
Need a
beer?
beer.
A
Roll
breakfast beer
for
and a
breakfast
key.
deception check against everybody in there with disadvantage to see if they don't take it from you because you're a minor.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, give me a disadvantaged deception check.
Let's see. Okay, well that's a 10.
Okay. On a 10, you see nobody really kind of give me also go ahead and give what's your passive perception?
I believe that's just a hearty 10.
10. No one seems to notice, and it seems that whatever you're drinking seems to be a super, super high concentrated beer. You're fucked up.
Guys, I really needed it after that.
So
Eva, come here. Eva.
You saw
Hey,
your floating the
Ava
whole time.
comes up and pours you another. Seems not even worried about it at all.
Oh. Ikri, you want some?
She whispers something to
Alright.
Emerald real quick in her his ear. I'm gonna go ahead and message you that.
Oh, okay.
Emerald, we deserve it after that. I think I died. If I
Cheers to
died,
that.
a lady can have a
Clink
beer.
Whatever I have.
Please,
Clink.
please.
Boom. Just sent you that message real quick. Oh, Greg's actually got some. But
Oh,
you're
nice.
and she goes. So she's there and she sits down. But she literally hovers over it because she's not actually. And she goes, "Ah, I see. Cassie is having a good time. Igri, are you enjoying your food?"
Yeah, it's all right. Never had it. But it'll do.
It's all right.
okay, if it's okay with you, captains, would it be all right if I just go over some initial scans that I had about the planet, things that I've seen?
Yes.
Yes, you're raising your hand. What can I do
No,
for you?
go on.
Go. Okay, I'm sorry. So we did some initial scans when I first came in, just to give us a lay of the land, so you guys had some better ability to make decisions. So the initial scans that we did it is a very, very wooded area. Most of the environment seems to have a very self-sufficient environment. You have your predators, you have your prey, you have a lot of natural forests going on the planet, not a lot of desert area. It seems to be a very, very heavily wooded planet. The only thing, and we do not see any intelligent life forms. Most of it is animals of garden variety that you would see within this galaxy. But you also see a layer. There is an area that seems to be what looks to be a tavern of some sorts. It's a very small tavern that we saw. It's in a very small clearing. It's very small wooden four walls from what we can tell. But other than that, there's not much else to go on. We did tell that there seems to be some life forms there. It is a dwarf, but there's only 2 dwarfs there.
All right.
Well, I think I can help figure that out. I'm going to pull out from my bag. I have a map of this planet that the drunk dwarf gave me.
Yeah. So you have the map that you were given. It's a star chart to get right to the planet. It was a star chart that was used to go in, but it does have something about the topography of the world and everything. And it's kind of the way that she described. There's not a lot going on. He's definitely put some like, hey, if you want to go mining for crystals, this area over here is really good. Hey, if you want a challenge to fight, you could go here. There's some
Definitely some good beer recommendations on it.
Yeah, some recommendations on the planet, something that he felt you would be interested in, but nothing really. And then obviously the bar, but nothing really of note. Go ahead, Ikri. Give me a perception check. real quick while I move some
14.
stuff around.
Count me in for the
You
bar.
see my light, guys.
Cassie, you're going to bed and we're going to lock you in your room.
No.
Go ahead and tell me
you're
what
gonna
that
take
perception
that.
check was you got, Avery.
14.
14. Okay, on a 14, let me make sure. Okay. I'm going to message you something as well.
Everyone's getting secret messages.
You wouldn't understand it anyways because you're drunk.
You don't know that.
Cassie, here's one more, but this is your final one.
Oh, thank you. Until we
What
get to the tavern, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Clink.
There you go. You got your little secret message there. Ava goes, why not? Give her one more. She pours another right for Cassie.
Ooh, double fisting.
Double fist.
Oh.
So you go in. Go ahead and Lainey, give me one more perception check for Cassie.
Okay. Let's see. That is a natural 20. Note that down.
Oh, is that a nat 20? Okay.
It
So
was.
the drink that you're drinking starts to feel a little bit more familiar now. You're starting to you're getting some notes of, for a beer, it's very, very sweet. So you're thinking maybe it's like a Red's apple.
It's a
but
cider.
It doesn't have that kind of tartness, and you start to realize that, this tastes exactly like apple juice.
Oh, this is a good cider. Who made it? What's the alcohol content on
It's
this?
the best cider in the world. It's the greatest cider. One. Got it. So, all of you, so she kind of goes over the topography of it. Your map specifically kind of runs down exactly what she said. There's not a lot really to go off of here. She says, if you'd like me to do some more scans, I'm more than welcome to. If you would like to investigate the land yourself, you're more than welcome to as well. But at the moment, this is all that I can give.
I mean, I don't think we need anything else. Let's just go to the tavern. Let's keep this party going.
Yeah. Hey, I say, sounds good to me. What about you guys?
We'll have some local insight on the tavern. Let's head that way.
All right. So she goes up very well. I will set a course there immediately. So she kind of mans the controls of the ship. She just everybody. You're still right in the cafeteria, and nobody's going. You've got everybody's still there, and just like, whoa! I didn't expect her to move the ship on her own, and lands right there. The tavern. She pulls up a screen for you. The tavern's right there. It's exactly as she described. A small. Four walls. It doesn't even look like this could hold more than 20 people. It's very tiny.
Okay. I'm gonna fill up a flask of some sort with the apple juice, just so I can keep giving Cassie apple juice instead of real beer later.
Hey, Emerald, do you think they card here?
I think you're good. I think you look like you're in the 30s.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you guys all head towards this tavern?
It's a party. We bring everyone off the ship to the tavern.
Got it. The entire. Okay, so you're getting everybody. Everybody's going to the tavern. We're talking. We've got who's going there? We've got Brad Knightley's headed there. We've got the entire Camden crew. We've got all the miners on the ship. Just want to go ahead and throw that out. Delilah, definitely a miner. Dr. Kipper, not so much. But we've got the whole crew getting out. Cliff, Paula, Siegfried, not the clown. But he's not there. Don't worry. But everybody else is definitely coming here. That was
What the heck has he been hiding here the whole time?
Just to remind you guys, the guy's looking wonderful right now. The Outrageous Outlaws rocking and rolling. So you all go in the tavern, and just to describe this area for you guys, as you go in, there's one dwarf right at the front, an old grizzled dwarf that doesn't really look like he's seen good days. He's got an old mustache that's twirled at the ends. He has a very simple white button-up shirt with dark brown leather pants, and a bartender just cleaning a stein. You don't see a lot of liquor in the back. In fact, it's suspiciously empty. The back where it seems like maybe there's a couple bottles of spirits. You see maybe some, bottles and what looks like to be a tiny fridge, but it's suspiciously not a lot going on there.
It looks like we brought the party with us, guys.
Yeah, time to have a little party here. The dude, does he look like he's like a bouncer or kind of just like?
No, actually, he's
Yeah.
very tiny. He's a small man. He's a dwarvish, obviously, but he's not. Even most dwarves are stockier. He's kind of tiny and old. And the bartender looks normal. It seems that's kind of the best way of describing these guys because they're not what you would expect for outlaws who have gone through a lot of like war.
I'm gonna walk and go sit by. Is he sitting down on like a stool or something?
Yeah, there's loads of chairs. They're just all in.
I mean, I want to sit right next to the old guy.
All right. You sit right next to the yellow guy, and he goes, "What brings you here? Give me a perception check."
Perception check. Perception. 21.
21. On a 21, obviously not drunk. He seems to be very aware of his surroundings.
Well, to be honest, I was wondering how you grew that mustache. I'd like to grow me one. And
Yeah. Oh, most dwarfs have a bit of facial hair. I figured change it up a little bit, have a mustache. You didn't tell me. What brings you to this planet? We don't see a lot of people with shells.
oh, it's woody here. It's, I don't know. I wanted to learn how to grow facial hair, and dwarves just seem like the best people for that.
Yeah, I would. We're good people. If you want, you can sit here and take a drink.
I'm all right. I was just trying to find out about facial hair.
Fair enough. The bartender comes up and he goes, "Your friends there? Are they going to sit too?"
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see them. I don't know who they are.
Oh, you don't
Woo!
you don't know the little girl that's shaking every bone in her body? I want to say, give me a performance check.
Sure.
It's
This is a
like-
Cassie. Obviously Cassie.
Yeah.
So,
Are you sure? It's a 9.
A 9, who's shaking every bone in her body, but seems to have little to no rhythm.
there ain't even no music in here. I don't know what she's doing.
She's making her
Give
own music.
me a passive perception, Emerald. What is your passive perception?
10.
And everyone's right around 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I'm
So Igor has
17.
a bunch.
I got a 17 passive perception.
Oh wow, never mind. So
You're just
nobody
thinking.
notices this, but Igri, you feel a little bit of a vibration right under your feet, and it feels like a beat.
Yeah.
You just gotta
Like,
feel
okay.
it.
Cassie may not, but she feels it. She doesn't
Come
feel
on,
it,
Cliff.
doesn't know what it is, but she feels it in her heart.
Come on, Cliff. Come
All of
on.
a sudden, from the back, you see a familiar face. Remind me who met this guy, but you see a man with some circular glasses, a large beard, and headphones come out. and
Just
he's like,
Emerald.
Yeah, just me.
just kind of vibing, hey, all right, hey, I remember you guys, you, and he comes up and he's like, hey, Johnny, they're all right, don't even worry about it, come on in, and the dwarf looks at Luca, who you've met before, and goes, you know these people? It's like, of course I know these people. Go ahead, let them. I say, if you're vouching for them, I'll let it go. He takes the stein that he's cleaning, and he puts it right onto the puts it right on the bar, and you see the stein glows a very pale pink as he takes it and he slowly. You see gears coming out from the bottom of the glass as it tips over, and the entire floor starts to go out. All the tables are just kind of like falling from the shaking, and you are on an elevator. As you go on the elevator, all of you start to hear music. It is bumping.
This is terrible.
I told you you had to just feel it. Music.
Definitely
all
not the
day.
right music. Let me find something a little bit more fun.
Cassie, your
Brad.
dancing got us in.
I'm pretty
Little
sure
loud.
it did. Brad.
Yeah, I
come
can't
on,
even
here.
hear the music anymore. Whatever. But you hear
I think
music in the
most of
background.
our
Bum,
ones just
bum,
like-
ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. As you get to the bottom, you see a bunch of really short guys with a bunch of beards. All of them are drinking excessively. Go, 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 go. Yeah. As the music is bumping, pink lights going everywhere. Everyone is vibing. This is a club. For sure, a club. Through and through. Everyone is vibing. You see 4 people in the back. They're doing lines. It is wild in here. You see someone in the back in the other corner just talking to some what looks to be these digital holographic waitresses, and they're flirting and they're playing with the beards, but as their hand passes the beard, and you just see these dwarfs going like and Luca kind of goes, "Whoa, it's so good to see you guys. Well, what can we do for you all?"
This one's just here to party, and I'll point to Cassie.
Oh,
Yes, do you have a
sounds like a
dance
good
floor?
time. There you go. He hands you the biggest beer that you've ever seen.
You're my best friend now.
And we'll take that real quick.
Yeah.
You chug it?
I'm gonna try my
I
best
think-
to slide a hand and put some apple juice in there, or spill it or something.
So wait, hold on. What do you do now? Hold on.
I'm
Repeat
gonna
that.
try my best to like purposely spill it, but then pour some apple juice in there or something.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
But how drunk she thinks she is. That's not bad. 16.
16. I'm gonna say this is definitely contended. Delaney, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Gladly. That's a 4.
4.
She didn't see
You
anything.
spill the beer. Emerald goes and grabs it, and you're easily able to just like kind of slip in some apple juice.
Oh, Emerald, thank you so much. That's
Yeah,
gonna
here
be
you
a
go. Yeah, sorry, I
disaster.
didn't spill that. Party foul.
Even though, but only half full because like it was truly such a large stein. There's no way he was able to carry that
Yeah,
amount
I'm
of
depleted with
apple
apple
juice.
juice now.
I mean, it's definitely not as big as it was before, but I guess this is more, my size.
Lucas starts kind of like dancing. He's like, "So, what was it again? What brought you to our planet?" Just kind of vibing.
Emerald,
I mean-
I think he's
You brought us, didn't you?
Oh,
I think that's
I don't
what I
do nothing. All I do is have a good time, sell some good beer, have a good time. That's all I do, back and forth. I will give me. I don't know if any of you remember, but he talked about that he was a salesman at one point. Seems that he sells ale. He travels around selling beer to like bars and stuff.
Did you want us to roll?
No, all of you guys kind of like get this. What I want from you guys is I want you, go ahead and everybody roll me just a d20 luck. Let's just gonna luck check whoever gets the highest roll. Oh,
Ooh, that's
nat
nice.
20 from Emerald. If anybody
Oh.
got a nat 20, I think that it's gonna be Emerald that kind of starts to peer around the crowd.
I just got a 16.
All right. So Emerald goes, you kind of start feeling the music a little bit, and you start vibing with it a little bit as well. You haven't had any drinks. Nothing's kind of like been around, but you start to kind of get in the vibe. And also, Hickory, you start to kind of get into the vibe of it too. You haven't had any drinks at all, but you're just like the music is intoxicating. You feel a little bit drunk too. It's crazy. Everybody is just all of you guys. Bum 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 na 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 na. All the music is killing. We start to see flashes of you guys. We see Emerald doing a keg stand in the back. We see Igri just kind of like vibing with like a holographic woman, just dancing, doing break dancing, spinning on his shell. We see Cassie is in the back talking to some dwarves, telling the most amazing story, charming people. Everyone's like, I like this kid. I didn't even know female dwarves were allowed in here. Like everyone vibing. And you start, you get flashes, boom, of people. So the people that you kind of see is you kind of like go back and forth. So you start to get like little flashes of names in your head. I'm not going to show you these people right now, but you start to hear some names. Barrick. Barrick is one name. You start to hear names like Mush, like little buddies. You hear Hojo. Hojo's a cool name that you heard. All these people that you're just like vibing with and going. But a lucky roll on a nat 20, Emerald, you remember something. A name of a dwarf that you are familiar with and you want to talk about. The owner and head captain of the ship that you guys know, the Armada, the captain's name was the Last Miner.
The Last Miner, right?
And as you are kind of vibing, you have a moment and you're with Luca. Luca's just kind of dancing beside you.
I hear this name earlier, you were saying?
Well, you remember the name The Last Miner when they talked about these are the people that you needed to talk to. They were the heroes of the outlaw. The Last Miner was one of them.
Gotcha.
Kind of give you a bit of a description. The Last Miner was someone who joined the Outlaws because his culture and his way of life was kind of being threatened, while all of his kinfolk were moving to technology and stuff. They were starting to lose their craftsmanship. They were starting to lose their will and their drive to be fighters and things of that nature. So he, rebelling against the AI, he took his ship, the Armada, and got a lot of other like-minded dwarves and became one of the most amazing outlaws who've literally fought large-scale wars on planets. Like that's what he did. That was what he was known for, was leading these large assaults. So you remember him to be a hero. Lucas stands beside you and is like, oh, you never told me. But what was it that brought you guys here in the first place?
Yeah, I'm like vibing. I got like 2 more beers. I gave him 1 too. I'm like, oh, you know what? We're looking for the Last Miner. I think it's
the moment you say the Last Miner, he takes his beer and he spills it and he goes, oh God, oh, crying, just insane tears. It's like, I remember the name. It was a horrible day. And he starts to just drone on and take you through the events, the Last Miner's burial and his funeral and how old age caught up to him and that he took a deal with the AIs to like give them this home for them all to live so that they can enjoy the drink and their culture and the things that they love, but they'll never have to fight a battle they don't want to fight again. They're never going to have to drink a sour ale. They're never going to have to, just like he took this deal with the AI, but he was never able to enjoy it because he died of old age. And now that's kind of why they're there.
Am I buying this story?
It's public record. Very obvious. It's a very true story.
Okay.
So he kind of tells you that But the last miner is dead, someone that you've been looking for.
Brad Knightley is here, as we established.
Yes, Brad Knightley is here.
Where is he?
He seems to be in the party as well. Give me a perception check.
Okay, that's a 4.
Okay, you look in the back and you see him sipping on a gin and tonic minus the gin because, of course, we have a very sober Brad Knightley, just kind of like in the back, just bobbing his head to the music, not necessarily enjoying himself, but doesn't seem unhappy.
Brad.
Brad. Cassie, yeah, what can I do for you?
Sorry, I'm kind of drunk right now.
Oh, okay.
Do you see the guy, the last miner here? Anyone you recognize from your time? That's why you're here.
He looks around. All right, let me do a little bit. Bring up his stat block here. He looks over and he goes, no, I don't see last miner, but I recognize that guy. And he points to this large, this really, really tall man that seems to be not at the bar, but what looks to be almost like a VIP section. He is clad in this gray steampunk armor. He hovers over everyone, easily 7 feet tall, with a large beard and a huge mustache, and what looks like to be in the back almost like one of those kind of like one of those mohawks that's like really, really thin, but it's just kind of like a warrior stripe. He goes, that was the first mate. I remember him. And he starts to describe Yazor, or the golem.
Well, let's go talk to him. Let's get everyone and go talk to him.
Okay. I'll get everybody. You see, he goes and he starts to talk to like everybody in the crew. Goes and all of them are like, okay, yeah, we'll go, and they're all starting to head straight for this giant man with bronze knuckles and a gray suit of armor. They are all rushing towards him.
Wait, stop. I'm at Egri Emerald. You guys party.
So, he doesn't hear you. He goes, huh? What? And they're already headed immediately. Record stop. We see huge guns. Metal and firearms trained on your entire crew with you guys in the background. And you just see Yazor with like stretched out. He's like, all right. Who's this bunch of eclectic individuals?
They're not with us.
Give me a deception check.
Okay, that will be a 21.
Okay, 21. He goes, oh, you just happen to be a halfling amongst a bunch of dwarves, and these other eclectic individuals aren't with you? Makes sense to me. All right, well, go ahead. They ran up on me. Go ahead and throw them in the brig. We'll take care of them later. Go ahead and kill that one. No, I don't like that one. And you see one of your crewmates is like, I wouldn't like that. Please don't kill me. He's like, no, definitely get rid of that one. I don't like that one's look.
Hey, don't. She's had a few more apple juices than usual. They're with us.
Apple juices. I have beer.
I'm gonna leave Luca and start walking towards this ginormous dwarf man.
And he goes, they're with you. Well, it's not smart to go up on the captain of this fine establishment of men, and you hear all of them, yeah, and they're firing guns, and you see that this happens a lot. So there's like drones like fixing the hardware that they shoot up.
Yeah. I like these little goblins. They haven't gotten off world much. They probably just thought you looked pretty cool.
They clean up our messes every time we pass out at the end of the day, and every time we wake up, Bar's full. Everybody's having a good time. It's all I need to know. But what I don't know is why you're here. I don't recognize you. Luca kind of steps behind you. He's like, "Oh, they're with me." And Yazor immediately is like, "All right, Luca. You can't just invite people. Like I said, just because you're one that kind of goes out, you can't just invite people here." They start getting in a little bit of a spat where Luke is like, "What? Come on!" And he's like, "No." So they're arguing back and forth.
Does that seem like a lover's quarrel?
A bit of a lover's quarrel. You know what? Give me a perception check.
Who's playing matchmaker now?
Yeah, exactly. Only 11.
11, easily. There's some form of heat going on between these two, is what I would say.
Sure.
Heat.
Well, I don't want to get in the middle of this, but I think, I don't think we're here for any, we're not here to cause any issue. We're just looking for someone.
What is it you're looking for?
Well, I was talking to Luca. He was telling me all about the last miner who was passed.
You see the entire bar erupt in tears, just screaming and yelling, and they're like, "He's gone! No, he's gone!" You see one guy like take a beer stein, he smashes it over his head. He's like, "I can't believe it!" Yazor comes, he's like, "Stop!" They all silent. He goes, tear running down his face. The fact that you've brought that name in this establishment means you must not have known, but our fearless leader died in his bed on a fateful day. He starts to choke up and he goes, "But as his first mate, I took the reins," and everyone cheers. They're like, "Yeah, Zor, what a great man! Yeah, you took," and he's just like, "You know what? I led us to do exactly what it was that our leader wanted us to do. And that was to drink. Drink and drink until we couldn't drink anymore. What is it that you would want with our fearless leader? Well, fearlessly, another tear, deceased leader."
Does he seem pretty genuine about this? It seems like everyone's pretty.
Give me an insight check.
10.
What was that?
A 10.
10. I rolled a nat 1. So, easily genuine. This man is fearsome looking. He's definitely got a lot of but this guy doesn't look like he cries a lot. None of these men look like they cry a lot, and yet they are inconsolable. All of them.
Okay.
So definitely there's some genuineness going on.
Gotcha. Well,
He goes,
is Brad Knightley near us?
Brad Knightley. Knightley is right there in the crowd with guns trained on him.
No. Well, hey, our friend there, he knows the last miner. We're kind of looking for some of his old crew, and that's.
And he looks over and he sees Brad Knightley. Yazor stands up and he goes, and he picks Brad Knightley up and he goes, "You fought by our side. You bled with us." Hugs. You see Brad Knightley go, and just choked from this metal armor, giving him a huge bear hug. He's like, I haven't seen you in such a long time. And tears falling down his face. He's like, "I haven't seen you since our leader died." Snot running down his face. Obviously, inconsolable tears going on. He puts him down. And he goes, "No more crying, Yazor. Keep it together. Keep it together." He covers his eyes with the metal. He's like, "Somebody bring me a tissue." Somebody dabs the tears off. He's like, "Number one, what is it that your friends and you have brought here?" And he goes, Brad Knightley's like, "Well, so I don't know if you've heard, but the outlaws are sort of back, and we were trying to get, the old crew back together. Me as well as he's like, I could tell from those eyes that you were Knightley. I remember you so well."
He's famous now too. We're all famous.
Yeah, that is very true. They don't. He goes, "You're famous. That's wonderful!" And they all start drinking, beer flowing. You could give me a perception check You know what? Give me an insight check, actually, Cassie.
Insight. Cool. Very good at that. Oh, okay, 15.
On a 15, let me roll one more time. Okay. On a 15, you notice that this group is so absolutely wasted. Any mention of anything that can create sort of like, they're very easily persuaded. This entire group, they're so drunk, they're so absolutely hammered that anything you tell them, anything you say is gonna get them riled up. So it may not be the best thing to try to convince them of anything, because they're gonna do it immediately as fast as they possibly can, but it can also go in the wrong way for you. But it can go in the right way. So they're easily persuaded, but they're also very drunk and riled up.
We're famous and we're bringing the outlaws back together, so you all should come back to our outlaw star where you can bring your beer and sell it to other goblins.
Okay, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, okay. Use a persuasion. That is a natural 19 plus 6.
Okay, wow, okay, 19 plus 6. Yazor, they all are like, oh, what, yeah, and Yazor stands up and quiets the crowd. He goes, you're asking us to leave our home that was created for us. A home where we get to drink our splendor until we can't remember the next day. Where music is hot, where the women are beautiful, where the drinks are always cold and we can shoot our guns as many times as we want. You are asking me to leave that to join the outlaws again.
Essentially, I'm just telling you to pick up and move to another place.
Oh, all right. That sounds great. All right, let's do it. Immediately, everyone's like, yeah, we're joining the outlaws again. Yeah. Everyone is freaking out. They're already, Yazor grabs you, Cassie Brown grabs Emerald. Igri, where are you in this?
You would know. Last time I knew I was over breakdancing.
Breakdancing. So
Yeah.
Igri's in the back still breakdancing. He and then we see a flash of everything. You see Yazor starts to write some papers down. He's just like, okay, formal agreement. We're going to join the outlaws. No problem. We're all in. We get to fight. We're in. Just supply us beer and we're good. So everything is going well.
Nice.
This is where things go from we're feeling good. Emerald, Igri, Cassie, you're feeling good. Now you're feeling real good. Liquor pouring into you. Yazor starts to explain that they have put a hallucinogen in the air filtration system, so everybody is just losing their minds. Y'all are hallucinating. You've got Igri in the back, not only breakdancing, but breakdancing super, super well. Like, he's never heard this type of music, but I've never seen a turtle pop locking better than Igri is right now. Emerald, you have all the holographic women on you. Just playing with your hair, going, wow, you've got a wag.
He needed this.
Yeah,
Cassie, you're telling them all about your Instagram account, or your Cybergram account, telling them all about, and you are popular. All of these dwarfs are just like thinking you're the coolest person ever. Like, oh, I've never seen a halfling before. How old is she? Is she 12 or is she 30? No idea. And then
And that's the point.
you all pass out. You all find yourself all within the same room. You all have clothes from the next day as you all wake up, groggy with a bit of a headache. Igri, give me a Constitution saving throw. Cassie, give me a Constitution saving throw. You know, because Igri's old and you're young.
Hey,
probably not drank a lot.
Everyone gets a +2 to that too, because my aura.
+2 that con save.
Oh, 24 then.
24.
You said +2?
+2.
+2.
Okay, that does me really well. That brings it up to a 5.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right, so Igor, you are feeling good. You know, the liquor really hasn't. In fact, like I feel like you probably got up early, maybe did some push-ups. You're in good shape. You're feeling good, Igor.
He's living
Cassie,
all
not
right
so
with that breakdancing.
Cassie,
That fire burns it out of
you
Mhm.
still have vomit on your lips from the night before. You're she not good. Hangover. Good.
Ugh.
You got a
Yeah.
thermos full of tomato juice trying to like get it over
me
your
for life.
hangover. Emerald completely okay because of his genealogy. Alcohol doesn't really affect him too much. It just seems the hallucinogens of the crowd kind of like mess you up a little bit. But the beer did nothing. You don't really eat or drink.
Were the women real?
Were the women? No, holographic.
Oh no.
They were fake women.
Guys, what
I see in the
happened
chat
last night?
some private stuff on. So definitely going things going on. You see Luca kind of goes in and he looks like he's fresh from out the shower. He's got his hair all nice and braided. He's
No.
looking good, refreshed. He has instead of like his like tinted lenses, he just has nice like reading glasses on, and he comes in a bathrobe into all of your room. He's like, oh, how was it? Did you have a good time?
She said thing pulled clothes. Ain't nobody.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. Some of us are just paying for it.
Cassie,
What
for now
happened?
you are going to have disadvantages on all intelligence rolls for right now. Okay? Disadvantage on all intelligence rolls for the time being. And he goes, well, I heard that we're all gonna join you in Battle Laws. That's pretty amazing, you know. So probably should meet the guys and everybody. I know it was a bit wild, but you know everyone's probably a bit sober now. We could actually have some formal meetings if you're all interested in that.
Yeah, we probably should be.
Yeah,
before we get
hold
to
on
the-
one second, we'll go. He leads you out the door, and it seems that there was like a bunkhouse that was hidden from the bar area, and it comes up an elevator. The light hits Cassie. But you see the bar right there for you guys to walk into. And give me, you know what? No perception check needed. There seems to be a crowd of dwarves at the front of the bar. Now, this isn't the club that you guys were in. This is the
Yeah.
actual bar.
Oh, okay. Do they seem as on board right now, sober, than they were last night?
On board, give me a perception check with advantage. They're not too far from you.
Okay. Ooh, 8 with advantage.
Massive roll.
Yeah, big
What'd you
time
roll there?
roll.
Okay. It's hard to say. You don't really know.
Yeah.
But they are all hanging out right there at the bar. Kind of, you hear some whispers and some talking, but you don't really know what's going on.
Do we see Yazor?
No, you don't see Yazor.
Is there kind of like a head dwarf then?
Head dwarf.
Is there someone that looks
It definitely seems like there's conversation happening, but it doesn't seem like there's like a leader in the group. If anything, Luca would be the leader, and he's right there beside you.
Gotcha. Well, Luca, you said you wanted to introduce us to some of the guys. Who are you thinking?
And Luca kind of like you turn around, you see him. He's back in his like fresh garb. He changed right there in front of you, but you didn't notice real quick. And he's like, "Oh well, I figured we should go right in and just see like the main guys in the crew, people you'd be working with, stuff like that. They're probably in the bar. We'll just go right down. The club area you're in. We'll probably just see them right there. Come on." Luca doesn't really take into consideration the crowd. He's just kind of like walking towards them.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Luca.
You follow Luca. Luca goes in. He goes, "Excuse me, sorry guys, not really gonna." And one of the dwarfs grabs Luca, pulls him to the side, and whispers in his ear, and he goes, "What do you mean?" Imagining things. All right, guys, let's just go in. And he goes in. He goes, "I Hey, what's going on? And you see the dwarf that you saw before with the twirly mustache kind of standing there talking to the bartender, looks back and he goes, Luca, did the other dwarves tell you what was going on? And the other, the one with the twirly mustache is like, yeah, did they not tell you what's going on? And Luca immediately is like, well, come on, guys. And he takes the beer sign, and then the elevator starts going on. Were you guys right behind him when he did that, or were you outside the building still?
I followed him. I don't know about y'all.
Oh, okay. You follow. Igri, Cassie?
I guess I would follow, yeah.
Okay, cool. Igri, want to make sure before we move forward.
I'm gonna just chill up at the top, just kind of mingle and listening to what everybody's saying.
Okay, mingle and listen to all of them. So then we'll cut away from Emerald and Cassie just for a moment. Igri, you kind of hear them whispering, and there's a trepidation about talking around you. They don't really want to say anything around you. It's not so much like
I'm gonna like try to walk where nobody can see me,
mhm.
and I'm gonna turn into like a small bug, like a spider.
Give me a stealth check, because they obviously know what magic is and stuff like that. So it's not going to be a really strong. I would say DC 5.
17.
17. Yeah, you're able to duck around and kind of just like see where the crowd's more like pushing to look in a different direction, and you turn into a bug, a little bit of a fly on the wall, and you say, you start hearing them, and they're like, did you see? Yeah, I saw. What are we gonna do? I don't know. This is I'm lost for words. And it's like, well, someone had to do it. I don't know. A lot of conversation dancing around a subject that no one really wants to say. Cassie, Emerald, an elevator comes down. The elevator's there. Only Luca's there with you because the people are at the top. I see a cast of Detect Evil and Good.
Yeah, as we're going down the elevator, I'm going to cast that just kind of quietly.
You have now we changed this a little bit, right? For the detection of evil and good, where I think okay, so a malevolence as you go down, a darkness that is teeming. Something has happened. There's no being, not necessarily any being is doing it, but the entire room reeks of malicious intent. You see Yazor sitting at the bar that you guys were at before. He's not at like the VIP. His back is turned to you, and he is at a bar.
Oh, the smell of this is making me sick. Oh,
Yeah, the entire room smells like liquor because there's so much liquor.
I'm kind of getting that feeling from the spell. I'm going to kind of look around and try to gauge the surroundings before I press forward.
Okay, yeah, you look around, no one's there. It's completely empty other than Yazor in his mechanical suit.
Okay.
Yazor, you ready to go? Everyone's packing up.
No response?
Yazor.
No response? He is still looking at the bar in his metal suit. Give me a perception check, both of you. It's going to be a higher DC.
17.
Does a 2 make
17.
it?
No, 2 and a 17 does not make it.
Oh.
No, he is not talking or looking at you, just facing the direction of the bar. You can't see his face, and you can't see his expression either.
I'm just going to go up there and start poking him. Yazor. Yazor.
Okay,
Yazor.
give me another perception check with advantage. DC.
It's a 13.
So where are you specifically poking him?
Just in his left arm.
On his left arm? Just a metal. King, 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 king. Just metal, but no reaction whatsoever.
I poke him in the head.
You poke him in the head. The moment you poke his head, you feel a leathery push, cold to the touch.
Emerald?
I'm gonna rush over to catch up to her.
Give
This
me.
doesn't feel right.
Do you look at his face?
I'll get up there. I'll try to turn him a bit to face us.
You turn the stool that he's sitting in. And it's a little bit heavy because he's a giant metal suit that has been frozen in place. As you see a gray beard stained red as blood has pulled from his mouth with white eyes still wide open. Yazor, unfortunately, has had an untimely end. You see Luca freaking out, just like, oh God, what's going on? And he loses his mind. Everyone, you see a couple dwarfs come down, and it's just like, it's the dwarfs from before, and they're just like, yeah, we tried to tell you, we found Yazor like this. There's frantic in energy. The malevolence in the room that you feel is piping hot. You feel this energy. Igri, the people know that Yazor is going. They're starting to just talk around you like, Yazor's dead. What are we gonna do? It had to be. I know, but we don't want to say it. Who could have done it? It had to be them. No, it couldn't have been them. Yazor was murdered. Yazor, to their knowledge, seems to have been murdered.
Did we do this?
Luca goes, we gotta cut this off. We gotta go. Go ahead, everyone. Look, and immediately you see these guys, these dwarves, who look more like officers. Some of them kind of have like coats with ties, and they start taping stuff off. Yellow caution tape. Do not disturb. This is a. And they are looking. They're observing Yazor. They're going on. And you see guns trained on you. Don't move! Don't fucking move. As a tear comes down their face and goes, you're coming with us.
Friends of Brad Knightley would never do this. Just letting you know.
Give me a persuasion check.
Yeah, we're basically drinking buddies. Can I give her the help action?
Igri, you're okay. You're up at the top. There's still just talk of the dwarves kind of freaking out. But Cassie and Emerald are guns trained.
Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Then just go ahead, tell me.
A 13 ought to do it.
13, not bad. He goes, we drank with you. We spilled beer and
Apple
thought
juice.
you were cool, Cassie Brown.
I
We
am.
thought you were 14 or 12. We had no idea there was a childlike wonder about a maturity we couldn't comprehend.
I could still be 35 if you wanted me to be. Oh,
Come
not
with
like that
us.
though.
Don't make a fuss. As they kind of put in, they're escorting you to what looks to be an investigation room.
Wait, we can't do this without our friend.
Are they
Igor.
taking Luca too, or just us?
What is it?
Are they taking Luca also?
No, Luca is right there in the back. He's just kind of observing Yazor. Kind of, he is kind of taken off of his garb, and he has kind of like a button tie. He looks like all of these dwarves seem to really take on their environment and like whatever job needs. They kind of just the best way of
Luca, you
describing
coming with
is
us?
what you're seeing is they're frantic. They take on the role that they need to take on for that moment. So like just because like one might be a seasoned machinist, if he has to be a detective, he full on takes on that role. So that's what a lot of them are doing.
Gotcha.
They're trying to take on a detective role despite none of them having any skill in doing it. So Luca's doing that same, observing Yazor, touching the blood, tampering with evidence, stuff like that.
I would love to message Igri.
Igri, you message. Igri's up at the top. You get easily a little text message. What does it say?
Hey, they're taking us to an investigative room. Maybe it's good if you just stay out and observe to see how things are going.
I'm in a bug film. I don't even know if I can see.
No, I cast message.
Oh, you
okay.
cast message. Okay.
Okay.
So you get this, Igri. You don't have a choice. Goes right in. You hear that they're in that kind of situation. But everyone's at the top, just kind of tight. You're in the crowd. But they're, Cassie, Emerald, they're escorting you to what looks to be like a holding cell. Back in prison again, the two of you. Igri, give me a... No, okay, passive perception you said was a 17, right?
Mm-hmm.
You notice a knife pressed to your back. But you sense, before the knife presses to your back, you sense it coming. You know that there's someone behind you.
I'm like this big.
Stupid fly.
Oh, yeah, you're a fly right now. I'm so sorry. You're a fly. There's nothing pressed to your back. It's you sense
rolled up, smacking them.
You sense there's someone in the crowd looking for you. There's someone kind of like around that's not like among them, and you notice a face that you've seen before in the crowd. Face is a shining neon glasses with a bunch of like artillery. Is a man that you've heard the name of, Barrick, another dwarf with large dreads, and he's got definitely like a lot of machinery and gun on his head. He seems to be looking for you.
Okay.
But he obviously doesn't find you. You're a fly on the wall. But he is definitely looking for you.
Wherever he goes, I'm going to just follow him.
Okay. You tail him.
Yeah.
He kind of goes in, and you see that he kind of goes into the bar, presses the lever with the beer stein, goes down. Emerald, Cassie, you've been escorted to this holding cell, and then individually taken to these like interrogation rooms. You're not together. You're completely separate. So
No.
we're going to have to do it like this. Igri, you follow Barrick down. You go into a room. In this room, you see Emerald sitting at a chair with cuffs around both of his wrists behind a chair. He pulls out a cigar. Sorry, I actually don't smoke. All right. Sorry. He has a folder and he goes, he opens it up, it's completely empty, and he goes, closes it, and he goes, did you kill Yazor?
No.
All right then. He stands up, he leaves the interrogation room. He goes into another room. You, Igri, you're right behind him. Little fly pressed onto his shoulder. Cassie Brown. Cuffs behind a chair. He sits there, Barrett. He opens a folder.
Do you have a cigar?
Strangely enough, I do. Here you go. He lights it for you. Here you go.
Yeah, I don't have use of my hands right now.
No worries. It's not a big deal. He sits the cigar down. He's like, cool. Sits it down. He opens a folder. The folder has one piece of paper that says 12 or 40, who knows? He closes it and he goes, interesting. Did you kill Yazor the Golem?
I don't think so.
Works for me. He stands up. He leaves the room.
Wait, let me go.
No, we'll figure this out. Don't worry. He leaves the room. And he goes, Nobody hears this except for Igri. And he goes, they both said didn't do it. This is peculiar. He walks away into a different room and he's writing notes. Give me a perception check, Igri. And then after that, give me an insight check.
You said perception?
Yes.
16 on perception.
On a 16, you see that he's written the names of Cassie Brown and Emerald. He goes, I don't know if they did it or not. And he just kind of sits there. On an insight of 24, you see the word ineptitude comes to mind. Lack of skill, not being able to read a person. But you also see on that perception check what looks to be a little bit of a deputy star on his. And he goes, I'm stumped. There's no way I can solve this. They must be innocent. He goes in. He goes. He opens the door to Emerald's and he goes, "You're free to go." Your cuffs fall off you. Cassie Brown, he jumps in, free to go. There's cuffs fall off you. He's like,
Thank you.
Damn good detective work right here.
There was no way to treat a lady.
the force is taking me to a different place. I couldn't do it. I was not a good sheriff. He takes his gun and badge. He looks at Emerald. He puts his gun in the badge. Chief, you're going to have to take this.
Yeah, give me your gun and your badge.
He gives you the gun and badge. The badge goes right on your chest, and you have the gun right there. It's just like a simple blaster pistol, and it goes, "You're the sheriff now."
Wait, who made you sheriff?
Hey, this is your sheriff.
Whoa! I'm sorry.
Captain.
Sorry, sheriff.
Deputy.
I didn't see you there.
Yeah, my first act is to deputize Cassie Brown right here.
You got it.
Fearless
You got it,
leader,
Sheriff.
5-1.
Also, I'm 100% adding that to my inventory now.
Diggory, how long does your wild shape take? How long does your wild shape go for?
An hour.
An hour? Definitely an hour's passed. I was thinking, let's see. An hour's definitely you jump right into the little turtle, and you see Sheriff. I see that you...
Captain Sheriff is fine.
Captain Sheriff. Sorry about that. Captain Sheriff. I see you have another deputy here.
Yes. I admire your ability to see chain of command.
He sits down and he puts the cuffs on him and he goes, "Gosh, he looks right up to you and he goes, God, you're amazing. I'll wait here until you figure this crime out."
Did you kill Yazor?
Yes. Good job, deputy.
Oh, my bad. It's 3 hours.
3 hours. Okay, so Igri, do you come out of your wild shape?
I would probably just fly onto Emerald's shoulder for the moment.
Okay, so Igri is not a deputy at the moment. He takes on
Too
the
many
cuffs. You're still a fly on the wall. He's got the cuffs, and Cassie, you asked him if he goes, "Go ahead and give me an insight check."
Okay. 16.
16. 6 on the die plus 2. He goes, "No, I didn't do it."
Pinky
And you're inside. Yeah, cool. Yeah, sure. Hold on. And he's got his cuffs. He's like, I got it. Hold up. Give me the pinky.
Yeah,
I got it.
I got it.
Okay, no, yeah. No, I didn't do it. Couldn't have done it. I couldn't have done it. Yazor was my kin. I could never kill someone. As he starts to explain to you, Yazor was his cousin.
Yeah. What do you remember of last night?
Yeah.
I don't remember much. Let me go ahead and bring him up just for this so you guys look. Barrick starts to talk to you about what he remembers that night. He remembers that he, as well as a few other people, were in the room as well. Him, alongside a lot of the main people that you heard their names, right? Luca is within those, but 4 other people. So not only him, but 3 others were in the room at the time. The first person, Barrick, obviously. Second person, Mush, aka the Stash.
Okay.
Then BFR, another dwarf within some kind of like mechanical suit similar to Yazor, but head covered. AKA his name actually, John.
Okay.
And then Hojo.
It's Hojo. I can tell. He looks
4
like-
suspects, all of which you have no idea if they are. But he kind of describes that he goes, last night, I was there, I was talking to Hojo for a second. He's always the last in the bar. And, you know, Hojo was talking to me about how he was excited about getting back into the Outlaws, excited about showing his stripes and getting back into battle. And, you know, I admire that about Hojo. Hojo didn't do too well in the battles last time. You know, he was mostly doing a lot of, like, behind-the-scenes work. So I appreciate that he's ready for battle. And, you know, we got to drinking and talking, and I passed out. And, yeah, that's kind of all I remember. It's just the 4 of us, Yazor, Luca, all drinking last night, and we were the last in the bar.
Sheriff, if I may,
Please.
do you think we should find out the time of death?
Yes, maybe we should consult the medical staff that we have.
He cries, and he goes, what an amazing sheriff. And deputy. And he cries, and he goes, I'll stay here.
All of my acclimates are just because of my sheriff.
Yep. I take full credit for him as sheriff.
So, do you guys walk into the club area?
Yeah, let's go see Yazor.
Interesting. So that means at this moment, I would say that the investigation kind of begins, right?
Yeah.
All right. Jazz. Anytime I get to use this music, I want to. The malignant sound before, the malignant feeling that you said is palpable at this moment, Emerald. You kind of feel it in the air as Yazor's body kind of still stays in the same spot you saw, with the blood kind of going down his mouth. His white beard like covered in that blood. And you see all the people that you heard about within this same room. All of them are there. You've got Hojo. You've got the giant robot. You've got the Stash. And suddenly Barrick's there as well, which is strange because you just saw him with a cuff, in cuffs. Behind the bar, you also see your friend Luca right there, kind of talking to them all, kind of pouring a drink, and he goes, here goes to an amazing man, Yazor, who led us after, I can't even say it. Drink up, boys. And they all start to drink.
Wait. I need everyone sober. So until we finish this investigation.
You hear Hojo goes, I haven't been sober since I was 3 years old.
Well, you're gonna start now. Captain Sheriff said it.
Give me an intimidation check.
19.
There we go.
19. He takes the beer, he drops it, and he looks over to Emerald, and he sees the sheriff star, and he goes, that's the sheriff. Well, if my name isn't Hojo, and he's shaking, and you can tell he's definitely the oldest of the dwarf. He goes, drop of liquor shall not touch my lips until the sheriff says I can.
A lot of power.
Igri, you're still a fly on the wall at this moment, right? As you're flying around, where do you land? Are you still like on the shoulder of Emerald?
I'm gonna go outside the building.
Okay.
Are there a lot of people out there?
Mm-hmm. You go through the vents, and there's still most of the dwarves are there. You know, you're more a lower ranked. It seems that just from like the people that are in there, are definitely like the main people, but this seems to be the masses. There are easily, from your perception, any one of these dwarfs could have done it, and this is a crowd of hundreds.
I'm just looking for a place where I could turn back into myself.
Yeah. You can
Nobody can see
easily
me.
turn anywhere, honestly. They're
Yeah.
frantic. They're not noticing you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna find some place and just kind of turn back into myself and then walk back inside.
Yeah, they let you straight through. They, they're kind of lost without a leader. You go, I assume you go down the elevator.
Is that where everybody's at?
Everyone's down in the club area.
Yeah.
Okay. You kind of do that. Cassie, Emerald. They all kind of take a moment. None of them are drinking.
Good.
And they go, "Who died and made you sheriff?" You hear one of the other people talking, and it
The
is
other died, and I'm sure.
Much with the big mustache. He goes, "Who died and made you sheriff?"
Because we said so.
I like brandish the pistol that the other guy gave me. And
The other
walk
guy,
out.
Barrick, looks at you and he goes, "Hey, that's my pistol. Where'd you get that?"
This is the sheriff's pistol.
That's right. That is the sheriff's pistol. My bad.
I'll let it slide this time.
You're to be lucky he's filled with mercy.
All right, okay. Well, and he takes his beer and he goes, "I want to sip it so bad." Luca, it kind of has his eyes like he's just like, sorry. He's like, "Guys, can we have a little sidebar here?"
Yeah.
He
Fair
takes
enough.
both of you to the side as the elevator starts to come down. He goes, "Another player is coming in the foot." And we see a little turtle man with a big gun on his shoulder and a staff comes down. And you see Igri right there. And he goes,
So-
"Is this our murderer?" And you see immediately like everyone gasps at just coming down an elevator.
Dun, dun.
Did you murder Yazor?
Who?
You!
Who's Shazor?
Sounds like a murderer to me.
Lock him up!
You say lock him up immediately. All of them pull their guns out, ready to like take on Igri.
Oh wait, I can see him now. No. That's our undercover deputy.
Undercover.
Mhm.
So Luca kind of goes, "So you knew this was going to happen before you even came. I knew we'd choose the right man for sheriff."
Yep. These are the responsibilities the sheriff must bear. The heavy weight.
So he sits down at a bar side. He goes, "Look, I am not a smart man, but I'm definitely the smartest out of this group here. Us dwarves are not known for our intelligence. Bit of a gullible group we are. Yazor was definitely the best of us, and now he's gone. I know that you too," and he looks over at Igri, and he kind of looks you up and down, and he goes, "I'm not sure about you yet. You look wiry. But I know that you two couldn't have done it, because you and that turtle friend of you all had an alibi. Not this turtle friend, I don't know who that guy is, but I know that you and that one dude definitely had an alibi, because I put you to bed last night. You were all definitely drunk, and Yazor was definitely alive by the time that you all were in your room.
And what time was that?
Easily 4 in the morning when I put you to bed.
I stayed up that late?
Past your curfew.
My mom would never let me do that.
So you are younger than 40.
You never know. You don't know. Maybe I lived with my parents.
Yeah, I would never hire a minor.
Oh, you're right, Sheriff. My bad. You're my bad. But look, if I were you guys, this is just me talking. You know, I'm not the smartest bunch, but I would look for some clues. I know, crazy idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would look for clues, you know. Strange that Yazor sits there, bloodied, at a bar, hasn't moved, and is dead. Definitely a weird way of dying, don't you think?
I agree. It seemed pretty
Give
blunt.
me a insight check, Sheriff.
Sheriff.
Captain Sheriff, I apologize.
9.
9. So dumb. Like, what a dumb. Like, obviously, you would have thought of that. Like, anybody that came in would have thought, oh, obviously, it's weird that he's not. Like, Luke is obviously not very smart
Yeah.
on a 9.
Who are
But-
you to question the sheriff? Of course he knows what he's doing.
You're right. You're right. Well, I knew you guys were a good bunch when I came. Tell you what, I'm gonna go sit at that bar. I'm gonna have them all separate a little bit. Get us away from each other. These.
I don't want them to get their story straight.
Hey, Sheriff. I didn't do it.
Okay. Let me consult my deputy for a second here. Can you get the other ones separated from each other?
You want me to do it?
Yeah. Let's see if you can prove your
All right,
use.
I'll do it. He goes to the group and he goes, everyone's spread out. You know, you see Hojo go into one room. You see the BFR kind of sits at the bar still, and you see all of them separate. They're in the corners of each room. They're in the corners of the room.
All right, deputy. Who do you
Yes,
think's
sir.
the shiftiest one? Because one time use, I can make them try to tell me the truth.
I mean, I know you don't like that Hojo dude, but that Mush dude itches me the wrong way. The way he speaks to you just grinds my gears.
A smart sheriff always trusts their deputy.
Do you think I should look at the body for some clues? Or do you want me with you, Sheriff?
Come with me first. I want you to get their read on this questioning that we have for Mush.
Will do.
I'm gonna go over by the body and I'm gonna ritually cast detect magic.
You're gonna what? Ritually cast what?
Detect magic.
Detect magic. You do not notice any magic, but as you're over the body, give me a medicine check.
Medicine check.
Ooh, 25. Okay, immediately you see that there's been some tampering with the machines to some degree. The tampering of the machines looks like almost like the inside of his body. The machine has crushed him.
Jeez.
But on such a great roll, a 25, you notice that the beer that he has on the because it's completely empty, other than a very slight greenish residue at the bottom.
I'll take the whole glass.
You take the whole glass. All right. Go ahead and you can more than welcome to put that in an item list, but I'll try to remember that you have this glass. You have it. There's a greenish residue in it. Cassie, Emerald, you guys go to talk to someone.
Go talk to Mush. Mush.
You go
Mouth.
talk to Mush.
Mush, get here.
Mush is standing and he's like, I'm here. What could I do for you?
As he says that, I'm going to cast Zone of Truth on him. Let's make a charisma save.
All right.
We're going to
He
stay
rolls
at
a 12.
Oh, he fails. That's cool.
Okay.
That never happens.
He's the sheriff. It always succeeds.
He's on the zone. He's in the zone of truth.
Yep.
Okay.
A deputy's question.
What was the question? Sorry.
Mush,
Yeah.
what did you see last night?
Very simple. We always taking our drinks in. I like a little bit of a rum and coke. Sometimes so a lot of the time I was just looking at the bottom of my beer, or whatever I was drinking at the time. What I saw was Yazor was drinking his fill. More than I could tell that he was excited. Excited about getting into battle again. You know, a lot of time we're fighting each other. Yazor always wins. You know, he always wins the fights. He's the biggest of us. He has a suit that he built himself, and I think he's ready for it. I thought he was ready for a challenge. It was good to see. It was good to see him in good spirits.
Did you kill him?
That question exactly.
I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have done it.
But
You
did
could have
Yazor
killed
and
him.
I, 12th cousins twice removed. That's family if I've ever seen it. I couldn't have killed him.
You know, back in my land, you can marry that line of cousin.
You don't have the proof that Yazor married my third cousin twice.
Yeah, he's got us there.
He murdered your cousin, and you still call him kin.
Disgusting.
God, you're so good at this. What an amazing deputy you are.
It's all because of my
Agreed.
sheriff.
Give me a medicine check one more time. Agree.
Oh. $23.
On a 23, I'll give you information on the glass or the chemical that's being spilled into the room.
The chemical in the room.
Chemical in the room. The chemical is a very, very potent spice that when it's pumped into like a smoke form becomes hallucinogenic, but it also has very similar to like smoking marijuana or something kind of like that. So it's drinking all this liquor and all the marijuana in the room, it's crossfading. But this spice has a different effect that any time that somebody has this, they are resistant to spells that have anything to do with dulling their senses or their abilities. So they immediately have immediate success on any sort of spell checks when it comes to dulling their. So confusion spells don't work on them, as well as Zone of Truth doesn't work on them, alongside of any sort of like paralyzing spell. So nothing like that would work. So spells within this room do not work on people that it would affect their physical abilities.
All right.
So we go back to Emerald and Cassie Brown with a Zone of Truth. And he is just spilling everything. My third cousin was a great man. He murdered him.
Was there a
He
lampshade
murdered him.
over him, like in the interrogation room?
Ah!
What time did you go to bed last night?
Right around 3 a.m. And I saw you passed out on the floor before you went to bed. Where were you last night? And he starts getting right into Cassie. Right
You have no right to speak to me that way.
Give me an intimidation roll.
6.
6. He is full in your face, like, don't you yell at me!
I'm gonna slap him across the face as he yells at me.
He takes 8 points of damage.
Oh, jeez.
Oh! He takes the blood, he licks it off, and he goes, do your worst, Sheriff.
That was a
Agreed.
good
Go
move.
ahead and
Wait,
we'll
hey,
take while they're kind of doing their going there. What do you do next?
Damn. But yeah. I guess I'm gonna take I have an herbalism kit that I'm proficient in. I'm gonna try to get this residue into like
Yeah.
a little vial or something this way. I
Okay,
can,
go ahead and roll me an herbalism check.
what do I use for that?
So if you go into your items list, there should be an herbalism kit over
Oh,
on the
there it
left
is.
side of your items list. Just go ahead and click that for me. Should pop up.
Hold on, let me
If
see.
it does not, I can just do it.
Oh, it says. It's a
There it is.
15.
15. You roll a 15, you get the residue on the back, on the other side. And it seems that in this cup, some kind of pesticide or poison. Definitely not something that like you would equate with like, like it's not a poison that's used to kill people most of the time. It's definitely like it's like a bug poison, something to like kill like insects. So drinking this, wouldn't cause you might get a stomach ache, right? But you would need to drink a lot, and I mean a lot of this to cause effects. Go ahead and give me a medicine check to see how much information you know about this. One more medicine check.
Just a 9 on that one.
Okay, on a 9, you would know that drinking this stuff would kill you in masses of dose, right? But you don't necessarily. What you don't know is you don't know how it would kill you. You don't know what the effects would be over time, even if you did drink it in mass. 2, you don't know how you would get this stuff. You'd have to have it on hand, and you'd have to have a large supply of it. Okay. And one last thing that you definitely aren't going to be able to know about that is you're not going to be able to really ascertain if this is what killed him. There's poison, but you don't know if the poison's what killed him or if it was the suit that crushed him. Not really sure.
Okay.
So we cut back over to Emerald and Cassie Brown investigating Mush for the stash.
Deputy, do you have any more questions for him?
You said you went to bed at 3 a.m. I heard reports that you were still in here way after we went to bed at 4.
All right. You caught me. You caught me. I got back up. I came in at 5 a.m. Drank another beer. And when I came in, I saw him. He was already dead. I didn't do it. I swear to you. But his lips were already stained with blood. I swear, couldn't have been me.
And
Give
did
me
you
an
not
insight
tell
roll.
anyone?
No, I didn't say anything to anyone. I figured if I was the first person to see him, they would immediately suspect me, so I kept my lips shut.
Coward, and I slap him.
Oh! He takes some blood, he licks it off of his thumb, he goes, God, I don't know if I should be attracted to you or not because of your age. Halflings, it's weird.
And let's keep it that way. Sheriff, can we get him out of our sight?
Yeah, on to the next perp.
You move over to the next perp. Who is it that you talk to now?
So as we travel that way, I'm gonna also cast my last level 2 spell, Climb Steed,
Okay.
and I create a horse. The bottom half is a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Into it is another horse, motorcycle like sidecar, like on a motorcycle. Both horses on the top of their heads have police siren lights.
So, all right, just make sure I got. So there is a horse, but instead of legs, it's a motorcycle bottom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and then on the side of that horse, there is a sidecar with a smaller horse in that sidecar.
Yes. Maybe like a pony, really.
Okay, like a pony. Okay. Yeah, that's there.
Yeah.
Your mangled homunculus of a motorcycle steed is there beside you.
Perfect.
It looks in pain. Both the
Noble
pony
steed.
and the regular steed.
Shh. Good girl.
Its tears are in its eyes as well.
Yeah. I'll put you out of your misery soon, but shh.
Who do you
Come
want to
on,
talk
deputy. And let's ride our 20 feet over to the next perp.
to? Okay,
This is the
which
only
one?
time I'm ever going sidecar. Just here, while you wear the badge.
I appreciate you respecting the badge.
Where
So
are we
you
going,
have-
Sheriff?
You just talked to the stash. Who do you want to talk to now? You
No, I
got
can't make him tell
the
the truth
BFR,
Should we go look at
Hojo,
evidence, or
and
should
then
we
of
talk to a
course
perp?
which one is it?
I was talking to my deputy, so I can't make him tell the truth anymore. Should we go look for evidence or talk to another perp?
I think we should keep talking to these perps.
All right.
We can make them tell the truth, even if it's without them.
Yeah, we'll use violence.
Yeah.
Let's talk to that ugly one with the hat.
Hojo. Hold on.
Yeah.
This guy right here.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hojo is sitting at a corner. He has a beer there that he's just staring at. He wants to drink it so bad, but you've intimidated him not to drink it.
That's a cool affliction shirt you got on.
And he goes, "Hey, never known anybody to see my amazing ability to wear shirts that show off my abs, but also show off that I'm not a very nice person. I'm glad that you like it."
What up?
Did
Hojo
you
sits there with a beer just at his lips, not able to drink that.
put it down?
He puts it down. He goes, "God, you're so good at your job."
I pour the deputy and I a drink. I say, "You want this, don't you?"
Yeah, it's really good.
Help us figure out who the murderer is. We can drink
Did
again.
you kill Jasnor?
I would never. I've been loyal to this crew for the longest. I was there in the first war. I served beside both Yazor and the last miner. I fought hard.
And I think you thought you deserved to be leader now, didn't you?
Don't get me wrong. I would have loved to be a leader. Oh, I'm small. I know this. Even for a dwarf's sake, I'm small. Most people even confuse me with goblins. I wouldn't have killed him.
Tell the
That
truth,
was
damn
the
it!
You pour that. He's like, it burns so good. The liquor on his face. He gets it in his eye. He goes, he tries to lick it up. He goes,
What did you see last night? Where were you at the time of the Moida?
I was in the back, tending to my duties.
Which are what?
Anyone-
Well, I deal with a lot of the chemicals here. Do a lot of spiking drinks. I deal with the spice that's in the ventilation systems.
You
Do a lot of
mentioned
things around here.
small. That sounds like you have a good understanding of how to take down someone a little bit bigger.
I've been known to take down a few big guys here and there, but I wouldn't kill Yazor. I've served beside him for years.
Are you related to him somehow too?
Only by marriage.
Oh, you were lovers?
Okay, don't tell anyone, but you're not supposed to talk about being lovers. It's not something. Wait a second. This isn't something I want to talk about. My lips are shut. I'm not speaking anymore.
So, are you jealous that Luca and him have shared a time or two?
He immediately takes back what he said and he goes, Luca and Yazor had a little bit of a thing going on.
Couldn't you
Really?
tell?
Go ahead, tell more.
Couldn't you tell?
It's so
I
obvious.
didn't. Yeah, Luca doesn't come to the planet often. He's usually selling his liquor.
What does Luca think of the planet?
Luca has a disposition of it's hard to read him at times. He's a bit all over the place. Every time I've talked to him, he has a different accent. Every time I've spoken to him, he seems a little bit stranger or weirder. Sometimes he's calm, sometimes he's crazy. He's a bit all over the place, right?
He probably likes his setup though. He can come back here and party. He can leave when he
Yeah,
wants.
of course.
Like you guys.
All dwarfs love it. We all get to drink, but to be honest with you, I've never really known Luca for Luca. I've never really known him well.
Did you hear anything between the hours of 4 and 5 a.m. while you were in the back
No, I was in the back.
alone?
No, I had a hologram woman there with me.
And where is
God,
this
she was-
woman?
She's right there. It's just a hologram dancing.
Here.
The hologram doesn't hear you because it's a hologram.
Oh,
Sure.
Stephanie, come over here.
Stephanie doesn't hear you because Stephanie is a hologram.
Oh.
Sheriff, you stay with the perp and I'll go get her.
You
Oh,
go
yeah.
over to the hologram.
And I'm going to bring her over.
The hologram doesn't go over with you because it's a hologram. So doesn't register that you're in front of it. It's a hologram.
Then how
Definitely
does she serve
pre-programmed.
people?
What is it?
Oh, it's pre-programmed just to dance.
Yeah, it's pre-programmed to dance. You have to like set it up to go into different locations.
Sheriff?
Oh.
Sheriff. She could not have been in the back room. She can't even move to right next to him.
Well, I don't know. So some of these girls moved the other night. I think they can.
Give me a history check.
All right.
What does that mean? Sheriff.
Ooh, nat 20 for a night.
Nat 20. You remember in your drunken stupor that you asked the bar guy to program some of the holograms to flirt with you last night. So you had all the holograms flirting, but they were pre-programmed to like just list off like compliments to give you. So you just remember going, "Wow, Emerald, you are so amazing.
Oh,
Wow, Emerald, you are the most amazing man I've ever seen," and you're just basking in it drunk.
Did I ask the bartender how to take one of these back to the ship with us? Because that's cool. I like this.
You asked how the hologram. You want to take one of the holograms with you?
Yeah, we need to take one of these back to the ship.
Yeah, no, it's just a little disc that it will immediately show a hologram to do stuff for you, and you can program it to say whatever.
Captain Sheriff, if I may, that is just nasty.
The stress
Nasty
and the,
thoughts.
the things I've seen.
The stress of the job.
You have a family.
Every day I come home.
Over to Igri. So, what? You have some information now. Where do you go at this point?
So they're talking to the guy that runs that's the bartender.
No, Hojo runs the chemical supply, and he is the best. He's the chemist of the group.
Okay, I'm looking for the person who like runs the bar, all the beer, knows all the like deals with all the alcohol.
Yeah, of course. There's a bartender. He's definitely like someone. He's upstairs with all the other dwarves, but it's easily able. You're easily able to find him.
All right, I want to find him and I want to talk to him about where do they get all their supplies from?
Where do they get all their supplies? Okay, yeah. Give me a persuasion check.
That's not going to be good. Nat 1.
Nat 1.
It was bound to happen.
On a nat 1, he goes, "Fuck you." He smacks you across the face.
Do I see it happen?
We're upstairs.
No, it's upstairs. You're downstairs.
Give me a moment. I'll be back. I'm going to the ship.
Okay. He cries and he goes, "Yazor," and you go to the ship. What are you doing in the ship?
First, I want to take that sample of stuff and just give it to the medical bay. Like I can't think of her name.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just to kind of, I'll bring her up for you so that way you
Dr.
remember.
Kipper.
Dr. Kipper.
Dr.
Dr. Yeah.
Dr. Kipper.
So Dr. Kipper is right there. She's like, yes, that, what could I do for you, Igri?
Yeah, I
Have
just
you
need to-
solved the mystery that we do of Yazor death?
Oh no, I just need you to just run some stuff on this. Find out like where it would have came from.
Of course. She does a little bit of a minor, like she looks at it, she goes, very simple. It's a very common insecticide. It's meant to kill common bugs. It's a very simple. This you could find this anywhere at a local convenience store. You could find it's easy to find.
I didn't see any convenience stores on this planet though.
No, not. But I would more so that it is an easy supply. Anybody could get their hands on it.
Somebody who left this planet though, right?
Yes, they would have to leave the planet or have some form of way of getting that chemical to this place.
All right. Let's see. Is it Paula available or
Paula? Yeah, sure. I'll go get her right now. Give me one moment. Paula, you're in the medical bay, and Paula with a big. She's done lots of push-ups. She's sweaty. She's got a big like weight that she has on her shoulder. Emerald, Jesus, why you couldn't just like got with her? Come on, turned her a little bit. She's just like, yes. What could I do for you, Igri?
Can you come with me? I need some help.
Of course. What could I help with?
We're gonna head back in, and I'm the guy that smacked me. I need you to rough him up a little bit.
Who are you roughing up specifically?
The guy that hit me.
Got it. Paula goes into there, and do you stick around and see her like beat this guy up?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand right there and wait until he tells me what gives me information that I want to know.
All right. I have to roll 2 20s here. Okay. Wow. Okay. So she beats him with a 14. He got a 13. You see on intimidation check, Paula just smacks him. Goes, "You talk bad to my friend? No, I would never. How dare you talk? Say these things to my friend?" 2 more slaps. Like, I'll tell anything.
All right. I need you to come with me. I'm gonna take him downstairs.
All right. You take him downstairs. He goes in.
I'm gonna tell Paula
Everyone
just
sees
to
you
watch,
come
make
down
sure
the
nobody
elevator.
else make sure nobody else comes down too.
Yeah, only you and him.
War crimes are gonna happen.
More
So,
crimes.
No war.
I'm just gonna
War
walk up to
crimes.
the bar with him, and I'm gonna set him down. I'm asking. So, what the alcohol that you have? Where does it come from?
He explains a lot of it's synthesized straight from here. A lot of it gets imported from a lot of the planets around the Martini Nebula. It's loads of liquor comes in. So they have ships that come in every so often that bring bottles and bottles of liquor. This liquor is stored somewhere on the planet. All he knows is that at the beginning of each day, every bottle is refilled.
All right, Tim.
But a lot of like their food, daily necessities and stuff are synthesized. But the liquor specifically seems to be coming from like another source on the planet, another source off planet, and then it's stored on planet, and then he falls asleep, and every time he wakes up, the bottles are just refilled by something.
All right. Do you ever have any go missing? I noticed you said it just fills up. Does it just go missing? Or?
No, he kind of explains that the bottles never really go missing. It's that at a certain point, everyone's so drunk they pass out. Even though he's the bartender, he doesn't have to do a lot. He just gives liquor. Like he just like no one really gets mixed drinks. Some of them get like Jack and Cokes. He doesn't really have to do a lot of work. People are so drunk they pass out, so that they're all kind of like so drunk that every single one of them pass out. So by the new day, they don't really have to be aware of anything.
And is all this liquor the same? All of it the same flavors, same taste, same bottles,
He
everything?
doesn't. He kind of describes to you that he never really sees any discrepancies with the liquor. The bottles are in the exact same place every time. The now, when you ask that, are you asking if there's any bottles missing from there, or anything that comes like missing? Has you noticed anything missing?
No, like with the missing thing, it was just like, he said they don't keep the main supply here, right?
No, and he doesn't know where the main supply is.
Oh, okay. And he doesn't know who brings it here.
No, every single one of the dwarves drink so excessively every single day they pass out, and when they wake up, all the bottles are refilled. And they drink so much, almost every bottle is empty by the end of each day.
Now, do you guys put extra things in the drinks, or do you pour straight from the bottle?
Most of the time, they pour straight from the bottle, he explains. He says the only thing that they do to tamper with their, high, so to speak, is that they do run spice into the thing. That's an additional thing that they do to make sure that everything's more fun. But that's not something that the AI is set up for them.
All right. I'm just gonna walk away from him.
All right, you walk away from him. He goes, wait, I do want to say one thing. He does bring up that he has not ever checked for discrepancies with the bottles. So when you asked him that question, he didn't know. But he does say that because he's never checked, he doesn't know if it's not a possibility.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna look and they were outside by the bar too, talking to the yellow hat guy, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna wave at him.
You wave. You see Cassie smacking this guy and blood coming down as he licks his the blood off of him. You see Captain Sheriff, a.k.a. Emerald, a.k.a. Stacked with the cake, just kind of standing aside, asking questions, but also allowing Cassie Brown to beat the shit out of this guy. So we cut over to, you know what? Actually, you know what? I'm going to push for a reconvergence. So you guys
I'd walk over to him, yeah.
Yeah, so let's take a step away from Hojo and just kind of have you guys have a little bit of conversation beforehand. Compare notes, see what you guys think. Cassie, obviously, icing a bruised hand, knuckles bleeding.
This job just doesn't get easier.
Good work, deputy.
Guys, any coffee? Don't cops drink coffee all the time?
I need a coffee. I need a donut.
Yeah.
Well,
you the bacon. Where's the donuts and the coffee? Come on now.
They're important shit.
The bartender brings donuts and coffee to you guys.
Hey,
I'm gonna use my
you're a
pal,
friend.
the ping Cliff, to make us coffee and donuts on the ship.
Who is?
Cliff.
Cliff is going to. He makes coffee, donuts, brings it to you with a side of bacon.
Agree, you're our friend, but respect the badge.
Oh, of course.
All right, I respect the badge here, and he gives you all of it. And he goes, "What would I do?"
Nothing.
Where
I
were
need
you
you
last
here.
night, Cliff?
But I was in a holding cell because they thought I killed Yazor.
Between the
I
hours
was
of 4
brutally
and
beaten
5 a.m.
for 4 hours, and that was after you guys woke up.
Where were you
They
between the
didn't
hours
even
of
know
4?
Yazor was dead. They said that they were just gonna beat me up for killing Yazor, and then Yazor happened to die that morning, and they let me go.
Who?
Just that guy, and it's Hojo. Hojo was beating him up last night.
For killing him before he was dead.
Cliff didn't mention this to us when we were talking about him.
So, have you guys
Avery,
figured anything else yet?
We
Yeah,
figured
we're-
out something.
We have some hot leads.
Solid. Who do you think did it?
Well, Hojo has no alibi. We found out that he died between the hours of 4 and 5 a.m. Hojo said he was in the back taking care of his chemicals with that woman who couldn't even recognize my hand in front of her face.
What kind of chemicals is he talking about?
Oh,
It was like the drink spiking or something.
yeah.
Okay. We'll just think about that. Anyways, so I kind of looked over the dead guy.
Good.
Yes.
It seems like he was either crushed to death, which I don't know if his suit just has that capability, or maybe he was bloated, like something was given to him in his drink because he bloated up and it was too tight. I don't know.
He's fairly large. I don't think anyone here has the size to crush him.
So the suit, he's in a big metal suit.
Did
Yeah,
I
the
don't know if
suit-
I don't know if the suit can like squeeze down his body size, or
did it look different than it did last night?
I didn't see it last night. I didn't.
Give
I
me
was
an
dancing.
investigation check, Cassie Brown.
Do I still have disadvantage?
Yeah, you still have disadvantage.
Okay, it's still +5. Oh, that's actually pretty good. With disadvantage, that's a 19.
On a 19, ooh, that's a good. Okay, you notice that there are wires underneath the chassis of the suit that have been torn and tampered with. On a 19, I'd also say that it doesn't seem like it is something that's done by like a beginner. It looks like the wires seem to be soldered together. It also seems like some of the loose wires have been pulled. Something distinctive has happened here. A choice was made.
So, with all my thinking, since I've been doing this for so long, a whole like hour or two, my thought was, who would be hurt the most if this place went away and there wasn't alcohol here to serve them? I mean, of course, the dwarfs are going with us, but it's in an area where they, if you move it farther away.
Do you want sort of like, would it be beneficial to you guys to have like a third party person come in who knows these people, like Luca or the bartender, someone you don't suspect?
Oh, I suspect both of them.
Just to kind of like give you guys sort of an outline of who these people are and what they do
No,
around
Igor,
them.
I think I know what you're saying.
I'd like to talk to. Actually, Lucas can come talk with us.
Luca? Okay, Luca comes and he's like, what can I do for you all?
Sit down.
His accent distinctly is changed a little bit.
Do you know where they keep all the alcohol that's restored here?
And he goes, yeah, I bring it.
Okay, you know where it's stored, like the storage where
It's stored? No, I have no idea. A lot of time I bring the liquor here because they can't synthesize liquor; it's illegal. So I bring the liquor from the Martini Nebula, bring it here. A lot of drones come in, take the liquor from me, and they take it somewhere else. But no, I don't see them.
What did you do after you put us to bed between the hours of 4 and 5 a.m.?
I took a shower and went to bed.
Can I?
There was a shower robe this morning.
Who controls these drones?
The drones are definitely a bit of a strange thing. They're everywhere on this planet. So a lot of these drones seem to be, they kind of take care of us. All the drones around us they refill the liquor bottles at the end of the day. They fix a lot of the machinery. They do everything.
Now, I don't remember who said it. If I was standing there when it was said that whenever the last miner, before he passed on, he signed a deal with the AI for this, so they could just stay.
Yes. At the end of the war, the AI, Eve, who then separated her subconscious, they were given a contract that they signed that they would stay on this planet, abandon the outlaws, and in return they were given a planet that they would have endless liquor. They would have endless opportunity to fight amongst each other, have a good old time, and celebrate their culture.
Now, Luca, did you ever fight with the Outlaws? Were you there when the deal was made?
When the deal was made, actually, no, I was not there. Again, his accent changes a little bit. I was actually, I wasn't a member of this crew at the time. I was on a different planet. I joined later, after. I was not a member of the crew when it, but I was definitely close with.
And would you?
I was close with the last miner before he passed.
And would you consider yourself afflicted with OCD?
Give me.
God damn it!
Give me an intimidation roll.
He's talking to you. Speak.
15.
Nice.
15. He goes, no, particularly. I just like things a little bit clean at times. His accent changes again.
So, showering between 4 and 5 a.m. and again this morning is regular
Common
for
for
you?
me. Common for me. Do I have OCD? You see that he's never thought of this before until today. It's like,
So-
wait, maybe I do have OCD.
How often do you leave and come back to the planet?
Probably once a month. I leave, I come and visit, and then I leave, and then probably at the beginning of each month I come back.
Do you get paid for the transport of all this?
No, I don't like staying on planet long because I get bored. I like my craft has always been sales, and us dwarves love to kind of dive into our crafts. I can't really sell anything here, so it's good to get off planet. Sell some liquor that they give me, and then go to different bars, and then I come back and give the excess liquor to my people.
And would you say that you were... what was your emotions towards going and moving to the Outlaw Star?
Can you repeat that for me?
And what would you say your emotion was to move to the Outlaw Star?
I didn't really care too much. It wasn't something that I particularly loved, but it wasn't something I particularly hated, so long as I got to sell liquor here and there.
While they're talking to him, I'm gonna use a paladin ability called Divine Sense, fixated on Luca, to try to figure out if he's maybe got a little undead or AI in him.
You don't sense any undead from him.
Mhm.
You don't sense any, but you do sense a noxious odor coming off of him.
Mm.
And what would you say your knowledge about wiring is?
Oh, I don't like machines very much.
Tell the truth!
Okay, I don't like machines very much.
God damn it, you're good.
Mm.
Insight.
Luca, you said you took a shower.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an insight check real quick.
Can I get the help?
Yeah, give him the help action. So
That's
I'll
a
give you
D4.
advantage on that.
Oh, advantage. What was it? Insight. 18.
On 18, it's not that you're seeing that. It's not that he necessarily hates machines. You're seeing that it's not that he has a passion for them at all. It's just more so that he doesn't really care, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have a skill with them.
Did you have anyone to support your alibi? Were you showering with anyone? Anyone passing the hall?
I did share a lovely chat with a lovely female as she passed the hall, but I later realized in my drunken stupor that she was a hologram, so no, I do not have an alibi.
Hmm.
From the night before, all the guys that we've listed, Barrett, Kojo, Mush, and BEF. How many of them were they all there?
All of them were in the bar between the hours of 4 to 5 a.m.
Okay.
Every single one of them was at least there at 5 a.m. You do not have a time of death, but you know that all of them were in the bar together and they were all alone.
And they were there when we got there.
Yes, the people that were in the bar were Luca, Hojo, the BFR, and the Stash, as well as Yazor the Golem. So the 5 people there. Well, 6.
Hmm.
What if it was just suicide?
I don't
What
think
if it
he
was?
can
It
reach.
could have been suicide.
He can't reach the back of his suit like that.
Maybe not. Now, to do that, we're going to take a bit of a recess. Everybody roll me an investigation roll real quick.
Disadvantage?
Actually, your disadvantage goes away. This is the end of the day. 21.
16.
And roll.
4.
What was that, guys?
16.
16. Igri.
4.
4. Okay. Igri. You find that I'm just going to bring all the suspects up here. Now, this does not include Luca. So, the BFR dealt with artillery. Their jobs were BFR dealt with artillery and weapons. The Stash, he dealt specifically with training the people who were the people that fought. And then you've got, hold on, the name is escaping me for a second. You got Barrett. Barrett, his main job was he did a lot of the investigation. He was like a public servant. So if there was sort of like, he was like the HR director of the group. So if there was any sort of like issues, he handled those issues. And I see Greg like got a kick out of that. But then you've got Hojo. Hojo dealt with a lot of the he kind of told you that he dealt with a lot of the chemicals that are around. So I will say all of these people did serve alongside the last miner. He dealt with chemicals, both chemical warfare, but most of the time it seems that on he dealt with like he was an exterminator most of the time. That's sort of what he did. So the next highest was Delaney's, Cassie Brown's. Cassie, a thing that you start to notice. So on the suit of armor the BFR has, it is very, very similar to Yazor's. And it is not a huge jump from artillery, military to cybernetics as well, because a lot of that goes hand in hand. In fact, you know this through because Paula does weaponry, but she also deals with cybernetics on your ship. So that is part of the information that it gives. Hojo deals with chemicals. Hojo knows extermination. That's kind of his tie to have a way he could have killed him, right? Then you've got the Stash. The Stash doesn't necessarily have any necessary like skills or so, but he trained the people who do a lot of the like killing on the ship. He trains warriors, so he may have been able to best Yazor in some way. And then you've got the HR director. He was someone that may have been able to talk to him and maybe push him to suicide. He was a much more conversational individual. Emerald, you know you were able to gather some camera footage. And you know for a fact that one of these people could not do it. So I'm going to roll a dice here. You say a name. I'll tell you if that person did it or did not do it. If they have an alibi, that is. They did or if they have an alibi, okay? Through the camera footage. So,
all right. I'm going to pick Hojo.
Hojo's going to do it. If I'm successful on this, you can see if he has an alibi.
Captain Sheriff, I put all of my trust in you.
Hojo does not have an alibi.
I knew it.
Hojo, camera footage shows him going into his office, but it does not show the footage of him ever leaving it. But it also never shows him near Yazor at any point during the party. So there was a bit of a lie that you caught it in. Hojo said that he had a conversation with Yazor last night and they were talking, but at no point did they talk last night at all. Okay? So because you were the highest investigation, I'm also going to give you one question that you can ask about any single one of the suspects, including Luca. And I will answer it honestly. Here's the rules. You cannot ask if they did it. You cannot ask if they wanted to do it.
That's the only question we know.
Yeah. Wait, did you do it? Yeah. Have any of them seemed like they've been in cahoots with each other, like trying to like talk secretly as we're investigating or anything like that?
None of them have been talking like not like any passing notes under the table, nothing like sign language, no conversations being had in the background. They seem to be separate. However, all of them have a relationship with each other. They're very familiar with each other. These guys are old war buddies. You can all sort of tell that, these are all older guys, right? You've got, a man with a gray beard. You've got a short kind of wrinkly guy. You've got another one with cybernetics that looks old. And then, the BFR. The BFR could be young, but these are old. They have a real relationship.
Okay.
Last thing that I'm going to leave you with, guys, kind of summarize before we end our thing here. Kind of just to write this stuff down. Possible murder weapons. Right now, possibly, there are 2 murder weapons. Could be the very suit that Yazor wears. Or it could be poison. The suspects. What you know about the suspects. Every single one of them has some form of maintenance to do it, right? You have Hojo has the ability for chemicals, understands that. You got the BFR who's got similar mechanical know-how. All of them have some kind of background in weapons or warfare to some degree. Okay, so all you know is they all have some way of killing. And finally, one of them does not have an alibi. You know that. But you're not sure if the other 3 have an alibi. Okay? So you know one does not have an alibi, but you don't know the other 3. And finally, motivation. You are unaware of any motivation from any 4 of these. No one has really told you. You could assume maybe Hojo's mad because he may have killed his 3rd cousin twice removed a long time ago. You may assume that none of them wanted to leave the planet. Maybe they all were in cahoots and they all killed him. Who knows? But right now, you're not sure of any motivation. So it could be anything. Was he killed by the poison? Was he killed by the suit? Maybe he was killed by another means you have unable to find. The suspects, all of them have a way of killing, so maybe there was some kind of way that they were in cahoots to kind of create this way so they all could stay on planet. Hojo doesn't have an alibi. Do any of the other ones? And at the end of the day, murder has to have a reason. What are these guys' reasons? You know what? I think that we're just going to have to figure that out next time here on We Are Not Wizards. So, my outrageous outlaws, y'all have a great night. Say good night to our amazing, amazing people who are watching this. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. Y'all have a great night.
Moida is afoot.